Google Map, area. We also have a couple, emails from, folks from neighborhoods, gentlemen from the neighborhood as well. Everything else, and the applicant is on Zoom.
All right. Thank you. We'll call this meeting to order. What, 10 seconds, we will. Yeah, you can't start a meeting early, can you? I don't think you can do that. I got 6:30.
So how are you? Just check.
All right, call the meeting to order at 6:30. Please, Dan, if you could please read the
Notice is hereby given that the Village of Homer Zoning Board of Appeals will meet in person at the Town Hall in Homer located at 31 North Main Street on July 24th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Consider the following pursuant to the current Village of Homer Code of Ordinances. Appeal 515, 1 King Street, minor subdivision. Area variance for a non-conforming lot.
thank Dan. So the applicant's on Zoom. All right, so we start off, if you could please kind of explain what you're trying to do.
Just dividing the property, so that way the lot to the side can be sold and improved upon.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right, now we're on to questions if any board members. Sorry.
Okay. We're not doing site plan review, we don't do subdivision review, we're doing zoning review.
We're doing
So
zoning.
could you narrow down what our question is to me, please?
So, well, then I have a question, because I thought the only question we had was the frontage on the street, which
Yeah.
is 675. Is it a true 0.48 acres that you want to subdivide off? Or is that everything all included?
Yeah, so it has enough of property, it's just the frontage that it's lacking by 5 feet.
15 feet, I think. 75 feet, I think, is what's required, and it's just under 60.
Oh, okay, my fault.
An official statement?
There is a
Is that-
survey in.
Yeah, but the one that we're supposed to have the official stamped, engineered, blah, blah, on that. All maps require name, address of New York licensed engineer, land surveyor. With the seal and whatever, that map.
So not a problem, man. It's a very fair question.
Not a napkin map.
What? This map that we have in our packet here, is that, where did that come from?
That's the official survey that was given to me by the lawyers when I closed. I think the Dankenbergers did the survey initially, but that's what's recorded on the deed and all of the mortgage information.
We need the map of what they're asking to do.
So I just took the survey and showed you on that what I'm going to do.
I think there should be like an official estimate of what they're trying to do.
With measurements. Which is, what am I trying to do?
This section right here is what we're talking about, and that's where it's 15 foot short.
So this is the parcel with,
Right, that's your whole parcel.
and the issue is that it's short where?
So
On Durkee Avenue to open up to the street, it's short.
frontage, there's a 75-foot requirement for
Yeah.
the street side, so it's 5905.
Yeah.
I believe that's what we're considering.
And it's, the lot will be 9,000 square feet.
The existing lot that the applicant lives on will be 9,018 feet.
Yeah, with the house that's already,
Lot will be 9,000 plus.
It'll be, that is also, alright, so there's two things. So it's a single family home subdivision, 9,000 square feet. I don't know if that comes out to acreage, but 9,000 is the number for that. And then the frontage, the street frontage is 75 feet.
And the side yards, we've got the 20, 30 rear, 20, 30 front, 20 rear, 15 sides.
Yeah, I don't know that those would come into play. Those would be, well, I mean, they're grandfathered in what the existing house is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't meet those requirements, but
New lot.
that the new lot could be maneuvered to do that.
I understand it right, Adam, you were right. It's the square footage issue and the frontage issue.
The street frontage.
Doesn't the planning board first do the site plan review and subdivision review?
Well, if I'm understanding this correctly, and the applicant's coming for, I would believe it's variances, because you're the ZBA.
It's a variance for the.
You don't grant the subdivision, so it looks to my understanding, you're looking to be granting a frontage variance and a square footage variance, so that then if it's granted, then the applicant has to go to the planning board for subdivision review.
But we can only do a frontage variance. I think in particular, not the footage, but the frontage, if we had a map that showed where a proposed property would go on that site. And then that it had an inadequate frontage, because maybe a proposed property could go on that site and have adequate frontage.
It actually has adequate frontage. I've been using it to get to the side yard to clear brush and stuff, and it's a perfectly beautiful lot. Again, you know, I used the survey and good old Homer High School geometry to figure out the lack of, you know, frontage. And, you know, that's the variance that we do need in order to move forward with this.
So I think the two things under consideration are. It's a 9,000 foot property square footage. It's at 8927. And a front street side 75 foot. This is at 59. I think any question of where someone would build a house on that.
That's what I'm trying to see.
Eventually, if someone came to us to ask that they would require a variance, if they couldn't put it in the middle of that plot,
Yeah, that's what I'm
then they would
saying.
come back again to say, is this allowed? That would be another question.
There'd be another
But-
applicant,
Sorry,
there'd be another applicant.
maybe another applicant.
But if this person's asking to subdivide and create a lot, in my view, it would need to be a buildable lot. As opposed to creating a non-conforming lot that was then unusable by the ordinance.
You certainly
So
wouldn't
in
want
some
somebody
way,
buying
I'd
it.
like to see that that lot could be a usable building lot, otherwise what's the point of doing this? Since they claim that that's the point, or the reason we want to do this.
With the 500 letters that have been, 500 feet letters that have been put out, for the gentleman from the neighborhood, what you can ask questions of, and there's 2 emails. From other residents that issue,
Yeah,
have some opinions on it.
maybe we should open up to public comment.
Then can we come back to how
Yeah.
that could be a buildable lot? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, I've got 2 emails in front of me. I haven't read them yet, but you're in the room. Would you like to speak to this?
Well, initially it was, the letter I got in the mail didn't have much detail on what the meeting was about. So I came to find out what was going on. I am a nearby neighbor. I'm up 2 lots on Durkee Ave. And, I've been in the neighborhood. I grew up in the neighborhood. So just curious on what's happening. I know the property. And I understand one of your concerns. I mean, if the property is only gonna be 60 feet frontage, seems awful small to put a house on. That, and I don't know if it shows up in many of your surveys or not, but what would be the south edge of that property is like a little creek bed. So I don't know if there's any plan to what they're gonna do about that creek bed if they do anything with the property.
Could you?
Could you help me orient to what south is? Alright, so we're looking
Well,
at this.
what's called 1 King Street actually faces Durkee Ave.
Yep, so this is King going across the top of the
Yeah.
page.
So on the right hand side is Durkee Ave.
Yeah.
All right, and then what is bottom on your map?
There's drainage that comes down through the lot. Comes right down almost through the middle of the lot.
The middle of the proposed
Yeah.
lot.
It doesn't come down through the middle of the lot. It actually comes down behind the properties on Henry Street. It's on the edge of the property
I
that.
thought it was on the edge also,
Yeah.
Wait, where's Henry Street?
Henry Street would be down here.
yeah.
So King Street is across the top. Henry would be down here, third be connected.
You can see where we need real maps.
Yeah, right.
No. Okay, so the water comes,
Dan, yeah,
the dam,
Dan.
where does that go?
Dan's on it.
Well, like you said, it's. When I look at it, it looks like it's basically on the property line between 2 Henry Street and the current, 1 King Street.
And it diverts into we used to always call it the swamp when we were kids, across the street from Durkee Ave. I don't know if it's technically a swamp or not, but.
Well, we still call it that also.
Seems
Yeah.
swampy.
Does
Oop.
that wet part,
Does it-
would, that goes in this lot that might affect building on that lot?
Well, just something to consider. I think there is a drainage pipe that goes under the road over to the swamp.
There is.
Yeah. There's a culvert.
Does the water build up there?
I'll be honest with you, I am a new owner of that property and I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, water does flow there.
I would think so.
On the surface?
Yeah,
So how does the no new wetlands and taking the wetlands away affect potentially building on that site and
I mean, it's
taking away
something to think
wetland.
about. But then again, we're just here on the road frontage, right?
No, you're here in the road
Yeah.
frontage and the acreage. Square footage.
But also, I think it would be irresponsible that if we would deny anybody potential use of this lot for a building site, to approve it as a building site, somebody buys it and then they come back and say, you approved this as a building site, and we said, oh gee,
What you can always do, I'm Frank Casulo, the village attorney. What you can always do, this is the initial appearance and the public hearing. You have 2 months to make a decision after the public hearing closes. You don't have to make a decision tonight. You can always, Kevin couldn't be here, Kevin McMahon couldn't be here. He's the code officer. You can always ask Kevin some questions if you have them. And I know the county came back with a technical no review type of letter. And if you have some additional questions, you can always contact the applicant to see if, between now and the next meeting, if she can address some of your concerns. You don't have to make a decision tonight. You listen to the public comments, listen to the applicant, of course, and then you can not have to make a decision tonight.
and if we wanted, I'm not sure, it needs to be official engineering review or comment on that water on the lot, if we say that we're looking at this.
It's listed as a type 2 actions, there's no environmental review,
There's no
but
secret according to Kevin, but what I could
Is that-
do is, like I said, if you feel you don't have enough information tonight, or you've got some questions, you don't have to approve or deny it. You can give yourself, and probably one of the best resources, and he just told me, Kevin was here, we had meetings Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night here. Kevin was here Tuesday and Wednesday, he just couldn't make it tonight, but that doesn't mean that you can't ask Kevin, who's probably far more familiar with the application than we are, and you can ask him some questions.
yeah, I think, to me. The overall lot size, that's almost negligible, it's almost the appropriate lot size, I think both of them, if they were to subdivide. The one is just over 9,000, the one is just under 9,000. The frontage question, that is a substantial variance, that's 59 to 75 feet, that is a question. But certainly. If there's water going down the middle of that, then I would understand more about that. Should we hear I've got 2 emails
Yeah, I
here.
think you could read those into the record, Adam, and ask the gentleman here if he has any more comments, and certainly ask the applicant if she has any more comments. And then if you don't want to make a decision tonight, you don't have to. And then my suggestion, if you're got those concerns, is reach out to our code officer Kevin McMahon, who's familiar with this.
Yeah.
And ask him the questions you have.
Was there anything, I don't wanna cut you off early here. Is there-
I don't have any objections, just as you've been saying, you know, just consider the future owner of the lot. I mean, I don't know. Looking at a map earlier, you know, if property's wider at the rear of that subdivision, you know, maybe they could build the structure deeper in.
Yeah, it's quite a bit wider. The rear of the lot
Yes.
has just under 100 feet. It's kind of a
Yeah.
weird,
But if the
So-
water, I think we need to know more about where that water is, because. Again, I think it's irresponsible to approve a lot that then they can't sell or. Sell to
Yeah,
some,
actually, I mean, the idea too is to offer it to the surrounding neighbors who maybe want to increase their size. I'm looking to create a retirement home with like low maintenance, and honestly, the side lot is a lot extra to mow. It's, it's another lot. And that was, when we bought the house, it was a double lot. They kept saying it was a double lot. And, we just went with it, but it's a lot of maintenance that we don't want anymore. And that's the gist of it. It's not so much that we want to sell the property. It's that the neighbors around us want the lawns kept very nicely and trimmed. And we just don't have the capability of doing that. And, it's going to be a retirement home. So we want lower maintenance, not something to upkeep.
I can certainly appreciate that.
Yeah. I know the owner of 2 Henry. And based on your comment just now about just selling off part of the land. I think she would be interested in part of that property, but I don't know about the whole lot. So, I mean, as far as, selling off the property for other residents to purchase up part of it, that's fine. Seems like a small lot for a house.
Yeah, it's actually quite cute. It's adorable. I could actually see a little house on it and all, but again.
Yeah.
I want to offer it up to the neighbors first because I think that's the neighborly thing to do. But again, I thought that we had to go through the process of getting the variance and, all of this stuff that's over my head for sure, completed before we could even do any sort of transactions.
if we can table this for 2 months and the owner talked with neighbors. Then the owner could come back with a different subdivision arrangement that such and such a piece would be subdivided to go to the left and the other one to go to the right. That would be a different, maybe different
This might be,
consideration.
this might be the natural
Right.
line to draw for the subdivision, but I hear what you're saying.
Do you think that would be possible?
Again, I mean, that's the variance though, right? I mean, if we follow code.
No,
So,
I think what we're
Well-
saying is informally, if you talk to your neighbors, and then you were requesting not the variance to subdivide the whole other lot, but to subdivide it perhaps into 3. And little piece is going to just go to neighbor A and other little piece is going to neighbor B. Then you're not making a building lot, you're making
got it.
add-on properties to your neighbors.
The board should know that a subdivision is planning board's purview, not
Yeah.
ZBA.
Right,
So the whole, all the various parts essentially come to a non-conforming lot, of course.
right.
Villages live with non-conforming lots. I
Yeah,
think the idea though, and this is to the people that wrote in and came here, do we want to set a precedent of actually making a non-conforming lot? That's your decision to make, so. Understandably, villages has non-conforming lots all over the place, but do you actually want to create one? Whatever formation it turns into be.
Yeah, I
Again-
don't think we say what happens
Right.
next.
I don't either, but it would be a different
Sure.
way of thinking about what they're asking for.
again, though, I welcome you to take a walk around the lot. That's fine too, if you want to get a better sense of the shape and size of it. To move forward.
Just quick, you wanna read them or?
You go ahead if you like.
You do
I
it.
don't mind. You're good.
You read all the time. All right, so we got 2 emails. You finished with your public comments. All right, thank you. All right, so this is the first of the two emails. I will not make the meeting tonight, but I want to let you know that I do not approve of a smaller non-conforming lot at 1 King Street. The lot sizes in Homer are small enough. The smaller lot sizes will just increase the density in an area that already has apartments nearby. Smaller lot sizes will also decrease property value in the area. Village needs to hold firm on the size of lots to prevent our beautiful village from becoming overly crowded. That is Daniel Lewis, 12 Franklin Street. Where's Franklin Street?
It's 2 blocks up,
North.
Actually, okay.
which ironically, there's a huge lot for sale right up there by Yemen, so.
The second email we've got here is, my husband and I want to express our concern about a possible non-conforming lot at 1 King Street. We've been making smaller lots increase the density neighborhood. One thing that nice, same thing. But living in Homer, the neighborhoods, they're walkable, comfortable aesthetics, family friendly. Non-conforming smaller lots do not enhance the neighborhood. They decrease the value of the neighborhood. We do not want the density of a city, your residential density to enhance neighborhood properties. We don't want a neighborhood where the trending tiny homes get built. We worry that higher densities can decrease property value in the area. High density brings in more traffic on a road that is already compromised with flooding. Overall, we don't think it is a good idea to make a smaller lot. The lot sizes are pretty small to begin with, and it's a slippery slope. You start approving even smaller building lots. Sincerely, Audrey and Randy Lewis, 9 Franklin Street.
Any relation to Dan Lewis? Just
Probably.
kidding.
Next door neighbors. I don't know the Lewis's.
Sorry,
but-
it's my sense of humor. It's the
Yeah.
Bolton in me coming out. I can't help it. All right.
I think they talked to each other before they wrote her letter. At least.
Once again, on the corner of Franklin and Durkee, there's a lot for sale, so that's kind of funny.
Work with the applicant and get some more information, maybe update survey, so.
That's where they're clearing out the lot. We went through that one.
We should go take a walk after the next big green.
Make a motion to table this,
Second.
should be tabled for at least 30 days, but I'll go with two. We need to.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. So I apologize, you don't have an answer tonight, but I think there's a couple questions to be had. And I can fully appreciate what you're trying to accomplish. I don't, I like a small yard, did not have to mow myself. But I think some of the questions about what happens next if we do approve this are kind of open, so thank you.
Dan, when does the planning board take up this?
Don't, until you make a decision.
Oh,
Minutes,
Motion to approve the minutes from June 26th.
second,
all in favor?
favorite.
Someone's gotta make the motion,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'm taking off then. Is that all right?